let's get to it. All right. So again, I don't want to bag on LinkedIn here, but I do want to talk about their weaknesses so that we as service providers can do a better job and make our clients even happier if we can fill in the cracks here. But before we get into that, is there anything that we can together as a group workshop for each other, or any questions, struggles? Did you learn anything new? Success stories, horror stories, anything?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Let's go. So does anybody want to go first? If here, actually, I'll read Monte. Read your post. Do you remember what it was? I can read it off my email. If
our post today?
No, the one from yesterday.
Oh,
if you're CEO of LinkedIn.
Yeah. If you're CEO of LinkedIn, what would you change?
Today. So anybody want to chime in? Go ahead, Mike.
I'd make a reseller program or an affiliate program or something like that, like Microsoft does with their authorized resellers and stuff like that.
Oh, interesting.
Microsoft's got all kinds of experience there. I worked for Microsoft VARs and integrators for a long time, Cisco as well. So
by the way,
you know how to do
it. Did you all hear that LinkedIn is now Microsoft's third biggest revenue producer in the country?
Wow, no surprise there. I don't foresee that going down with the perpetual, needing to stay virtual either.
They just raised prices, so that won't be going down.
Yeah. That's wild. I did not see that. So Mike, maybe they're like, screw it. We already make enough money. Why give money to other people?
Right.
Wow.
I'd like to see a video tab so people can find your videos easier. And I'd like to see groups suck on LinkedIn. So my private group is on Facebook for my LinkedIn masterclass. How ironic is that? And people ask, and I said, because LinkedIn groups don't work.
Yep.
And
Mary, why do you, as a user, because I never am on Facebook, sorry, but what is it about Facebook groups that makes it easier than LinkedIn groups?
That
or
is
better?
a great. They're just what Monte?
Functionality.
Yeah, they're just easy. They're easy to admit people. Okay, so you only want people, like if you have a paid program or like this masterclass, I'm only allowing people in who have signed up for the masterclass. And so I double check on Active Campaign, to make sure they're signed up. I had some guy invite 3 people and I was like, no. So I just messaged them, hey, did you sign up? So functionality, they're super engaging. They've always worked, where LinkedIn groups never took off. And what I remember about LinkedIn groups, they were very spammy.
Yeah.
That's it. That was what I was going to point out, is you could systematically program to LinkedIn groups, and most of the stuff there is put there by a system. Your Facebook group is not spam by bots.
No. Yeah.
Well, there's so much more functionality to Facebook groups too. I mean,
I can add files,
mentorships, announcements. They have got an announcement section. You can do individual chats. With specific group chats with specific members. You can create separate rooms within groups. There's just so many different things that you can do. But the number one thing is that Facebook actually supports them and promotes them, which I hate Facebook with passion. I would never use Facebook, but if you're going to run a group, Facebook's the place to do it. The only problem is that tons of people on LinkedIn will not join Facebook.
I know. And that's one of the problems I have right now. But, the Facebook group. So every night, Monte, I'm doing a live recap and a Q&A session. And some of the speakers are coming on to engage. And then I'm doing my raffle prize drawing. And that's how my coach, that's how she's done her master classes and summits. And until I bought 2 other programs, Run the World and AirMeet, I just haven't launched them. So my next one, I think I would move everything and it would live there on that platform.
Yeah.
I think. I haven't used those platforms, but I've attended other events. So, So, I couldn't do the live I couldn't go live in a group on LinkedIn and give away a prize or have a live Q&A
Right.
session.
So are you using both a Facebook group and a LinkedIn group simultaneously?
No. Just I have the landing page, right? Oh, what time is it? Okay, 9 o'clock. I got to turn on the videos for the day. And then the Facebook group is where I'm collecting questions, email. So there's email, the LinkedIn event, the landing site, and the Facebook group.
Yeah.
And you're right, not everybody on LinkedIn wants to go on Facebook, and that's a challenge.
Yeah, I have tried doing both simultaneously for one group. So I've got my Facebook group where everybody engages and everything. And I also set up a LinkedIn group for those that wanted nothing to do with Facebook.
Right.
But the problem is nobody will engage on a LinkedIn group.
Exactly. They're
So
not.
it's
There's
almost
no
pointless.
function out. Nobody does anything over there. So why even have it? We had one for LinkedIn Local San Diego when I was running that program. It was it was just us posting stuff.
Right.
And so there's no engagement. So why even put the effort in?
Yep.
Although some of the on LinkedIn, some of the longstanding. So I'm a manager of one of the groups. I kind of went on afterwards, but we've got 8,600 members, and just in the last 30 days, another 100 requests to join. So, but it's just a business, San Antonio business professionals in San Antonio, and but again, you're right. Not a lot of engagement, just a lot of posting of what they do, services, stuff. But it keeps growing.
There's
It
no
does
real
keep growing, though.
engagement. Yeah.
I feel like
I'm using LinkedIn groups as a big time targeting tool. So that's where groups have been helpful to me. Have you heard of SAP, the company SAP?
Yeah.
So SAP means a lot of different things, doesn't it? Standard application programming. You can't search on SAP and find SAP stuff but people belong to SAP groups. So there's 441,000 people in this group, right?
Oh my.
SAP group.
Say that number again.
441,000 people.
That's got to be one of the biggest.
Freaking awesome. The ones that we're looking for, there's like 2,500.
Wow.
They're almost all vendors.
Mm-hmm.
They're recruiters or vendors. 90% plus, I would say, are vendors.
Wow. So it's a bunch of sharks swimming with a bunch of sharks that are hungry.
We did a small test on 200 of them and found this out before we go for the other 2,300 or so. Kind of as we found out at the end. So you just got to revamp everything there but it does show something. They have some tie to SAP, or you wouldn't join. Why would you join that?
The only reason I think the only reason that people join them is because then you can message anybody in the group. They have to accept your message, but you can message anyone. So you've got access to 500,000 people right there if you want to.
If you do an obscure group like the Corvette lovers or something, now you really know what to say to them, right? Mm-hmm. So you do Corvette lovers, and then you also go president or CEO and partner, so now you're still reaching out to the top level there, but only within a group where they got some tie back to something like that. That's where groups, there's no activity like you were talking about, but they have a play in these other deals here.
So sometimes this is giving me an idea. Nice. So sometimes, how, did I get a bug in my title? Yes.
It'll break out. There you go.
So sometimes, it's like SAP, or maybe a skill or something that someone's using at work that will qualify them as someone you'd want to engage with. Sometimes it's not in the title. Sometimes it's not an industry thing. And sometimes keywords, it's just too broad. Mm-hmm. So if groups do pick up traction, it really would be a very powerful thing. So like SAP is tech, right?
Yeah, that's the big one. Go into that one. It's 441,000 people.
I saw that. So I was just thinking, if you're wanting to talk to developers or people in software, engineers who are familiar with SAP, you couldn't get to that targeting by using keyword, could you? Because SAP
I've tried
SAP 's-
it. SAP stands for more things that are not our SAP than are.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
So, but within that, there's 24,000. So that's like 5% are in
Yeah.
your deal there.
Yeah, that's
Why don't you try the seniority level function instead of the title and just kind of see what's shown at the top?
seniority.
Seniority level.
Oops. For what do you think, owner?
Owner, partner, CXO.
Whew.
28.
We're using a lot of
Yeah.
Boolean to include and exclude here in this, as
Yeah.
you would say. And we're only
That's-
picking US. Oh, go to geography as US.
So I think that my main takeaway, and I want to keep moving forward, but
Now you're
I
moving.
think
See 3/4 of them are gone.
yeah. So the groups, I feel like really there's a couple, probably 2 or 3 things that would be helpful if LinkedIn put effort into making groups a little bit better. Number 1 is just straight up engagement that happens with a community. Number 2 is targeting that you cannot get from other search parameters. And then 3, if you're going to advertise, same kind of thing, right? Does anyone know, can you advertise to people that are only in a group? Is it an option? I don't remember.
They do great targeting. I could see why you'd ask that question, maybe.
Yeah. Well, one feature that I would love to see is the ability to organize your leads in SalesNav without having to save them and count towards that 10,000. So like a big example is if we have our client list and I want to exclude them, whether at the account level or the lead level, I have to save them to exclude them, which is a pain because I've identified that they're not qualified. I want to remove them from search. But to remove them, I have to save them, which means they get lumped in to everything that happens when you save a person or an account, like with the filters and like the alerts. So that's just kind of a pain. I would love to be able to do. And I guess you could say
There's a
then
number of ways
only-
to exclude. You could go to company down there and find the company one at a time and pick it and circle slash it. Or use big Booleans under company name. Like I'm doing one with, we're excluding certain real estate folks, Remax or Keller Williams. And there's like 3 different ways to shoot that down.
You can at the account level, but what about like individuals who are clients or you want to exclude?
Oh,
You
individuals,
can't-
okay.
But yeah, you're right. You could totally do that for companies up to a point. You can't
Up to a
exclude.
point, yeah.
But individual people you can't exclude without saving them. And I'm just like, I don't want to talk to these people. I don't want to engage with them for sales at all. I would love to be able to do. I don't know that there's anything we can even really do as a service provider other than save them anyways, count it towards your total count and deal with the alerts that don't matter. But that's one of mine.
You can run LinkedIn ads to a Facebook group or members of a Facebook group.
That is great to know. Was that Daniel?
Yes.
You the man.
What was that? You can run?
Yes, you can.
What I'd also like to see is when you do the invite by email, not the invite where there's 2 ways to do invite by email, right? You can go like you can go to contacts and then do where is that? There's 2 places. I don't know where that one. One is where you just copy paste their email in and then it sends out the like one of 5 pre-canned invite messages. I wish that you could like quickly customize it that way. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just doing the pre-canned, because it's your contact, like, come on, where is that at? Yeah, can do that another time. What else, folks? What else?
Well, one thing I would like to see them do is tell you when people follow. Like,
Oh,
if you go to your followers, it just says recently followed. I'd like to know when they started following, because they don't put your followers like in order, you know.
No, they
so
don't.
Those in
that which is
notifications,
really irritating.
does notifications show you when someone follows? Is there something that shows up in that notification stream?
I mean, they'll only randomly show you like a couple at a time.
Oh,
They won't give you the whole rundown. Not that I've seen, and there's no way to see when somebody follows you. You can see when somebody connects with you. I'm just talking about just a straight up follower. Somebody who follows it doesn't connect.
because you get it for visitors, so you'd like to see it for followers, right? Kind of like that.
Yeah.
yeah. It'd be cool is to be able to exclude people in search if they're based off of if they're following like you as a person, or you're a company that you're an admin of too.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. And like you can go in and view followers, but to be able to like do that natively baked into search would be nice, because you can be like, hey, all these people here with all these titles are following us. There's obviously intent there.
Right.
Can't you
That'd be
filter
cool.
that out? I thought you could filter that, but you can't do it in the search. Like, because that's one of the criteria up on the top. It says who's following your company page. You
Yeah,
know,
but I don't think that you can drill down into like the other search, can you?
I don't know, but you know what's cool? I notice now when you're using hashtags, it tells you the follower count on the hashtags. What I would love to know is someone's follower count as you're reaching out to them. So this way,
Say-
you know.
Say that one more time.
When you're posting, when you're using hashtags now, as you type in the hashtag, it shows you, if you hover, it shows you the follower count.
Oh, does it really?
Yes. So what I'd love to do is when you have a list of profiles or whatever, that it shows you, if you hover over, it shows you their follower count. That would be awesome.
That would be
You can
pretty
see
awesome.
that they're a pro account if they have the logo. So follower count would just be outstanding, because then you could just weed out anyone, less than a certain amount.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, notice that when you're posting content, if you type in a hashtag and then kind of start typing it, hover, it'll give you the follower count for that hashtag.
Nice. That's pretty
Has
cool.
anybody gone into their followers and just unfollowed tons of people?
I do
Yeah.
that all the time.
Do you?
But I will tell you something. If you do it on mobile, for some reason, it doesn't take, because it's easy to do it on mobile. Bum, 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 bum. If you do it on mobile, it doesn't take the same. Apparently, if you go on desktop, you're still following them. So I would.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It's like a glitch, and maybe they fixed it. Who knows? But I do that when I'm bored. Sometimes I'll go in there, boom, 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 boom.
Have you noticed that? Does it have any effect on your content? In terms
You know
of your
what?
views
I
and stuff?
have. There was something going on where I got these weird followers. So I have 35,000 followers. I would say about 2/3 of them are crap, right? Because I only have 8,000 connections. So they just kept like, following me. It was really weird. So, but I didn't stop it because it's a vanity metric. So I'm popular, but with the wrong people, I guess.
You're
They're
so
weird
popular,
accounts.
Judy.
I know, but it's weird accounts. They have like no activity, or they're just like no followers themselves. So it's like, oh my gosh. So I did it mainly to try to clean up my feed, my news feed, because I was missing people like, Monte, if Monte posts, now you're back in my feed. But there's the relevance factor and all that stuff. But I don't know how it impacts. If you have a smaller follower count, maybe. But I thought the algorithm is looking at the relevance between you and a connection. So if you're messaging them, that's why, you invite and then welcome. That creates relevancy. If you're engaging with their content, that creates relevancy. So I don't know. I'm gonna make it up and say yes.
Yeah, I went a year ago, just went and unfollowed a ton of them, but I didn't. It was during a period of time too where they did an algorithm update and lots of content was just tanking because of the algorithm update. So I didn't know if it had anything to do with removing a bunch of followers or that I'm following. I haven't removed followers from my account, but I will unfollow people who follow you. You know what I'm saying?
What I love is when
Those are the
somebody
difference.
starts pitch slapping you after you've been a connection a while and they send you some vomit with all these links and all this crap. And it's like, did you even look at my profile? Why were you sending me that? And then they get offended and they unfollow you and unconnect from you. It's like, yes. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, dude, stop with the automation because why are you sending me this? It has no relationship to what I do or what, and that's the bad stuff. But anyway, that's my bone to pick.
I've got one.
Okay.
I'm going to share my screen. And if I'm a dummy here, Monty, and you can do this and I'm unaware, let me know. So what I think would be really helpful is if you knew where where company page views came from and where post engagement came from, because there are a few different places that someone that might engage with those two things, right? Like from the company page, was it because they Googled it? Because when you go to who's viewed my profile, it'll tell you found you via homepage, found you via my network, found you via the other, it'll tell you, found you via search. I want to know, someone views my company page, where's that coming from? That's not possible on here, is it?
No, it's not.
I
And
didn't think so.
No, absolutely not. I mean, it'd be even nice to know what company they are, as you see that. No.
Okay. And then, so I would love to see that. You can kind of do some things with website traffic with UTM tracking parameters, putting something on like the button and then the URL to kind of know and stuff. But the other thing is when you get engagement on your posts, right? Like, I would love to know when it's talking about, is it okay that I'm doing this, Monty? We're sort of just going all over.
yeah, sure.
Okay. So like if we get, okay, sorry. If we get like, 20,000 impressions on a post, I kind of want to know, is it because of the company page followers? Is it because an employee shared it and it went nuts? Like, I just want to know where the views came from. Is it because a keyword that I used in my company page post has more followers than the others? I want to know why some posts perform better than others. And because I don't know what originally drove the traffic, I'm not sure what to focus on, that's.
And they will never give us that.
I wonder though, when you post something from a company page, do you see it show up in the feed? Does it?
In which feed? In your own personal feed?
Or any feed, if you're working in different accounts, does it show up in feeds? Because I know like people posts show up in the feed.
Yeah, all company page posts show up in a feed. And because you can see company feeds or company posts show up in your feed that aren't promoted, right? Or at least you should be able to. But most of them are promoted. What aggravates me the most about the company page, as opposed to your personal profile, is why they call it impressions, not views.
That's an average term.
That's extremely confusing to most people and why they do that. But
you know why? It's a different department, and that department is more of an ad department.
Yep.
And they call it impressions, whereas the silo that's doing profiles thinks of it as views. So it's
if I recall, the last time I researched this, they are calculated the same.
Yeah.
So it's just a semantic.
Yeah, I would love to see where these came from.
They also have problems on that metric right there too, because there's stuff that's broken in it. So they really need to improve their analytics that they give you all the way around for sure.
But how would that help them? Think about that, because they're going to give you just enough to. They want to get page is populated with followers so they can use the marketing solutions platform because those tie together. So why would they want to give you more data?
I think the primary reason in my mind is, I think one of the big pushes that LinkedIn has been doing with company pages is to get companies to use them at least just as much as their website.
Yeah. Yep.
And you know all the data that Google will give you. So if you can provide an analytic that's more robust, that gives you more information, that allows you to do more with it, I think you would have a lot more engagement by corporations to use LinkedIn as a primary media platform above their websites.
Yeah,
That's
the direction they're going.
That's going to be a big battle.
Yeah.
Always.
What'll happen is they'll end up, the small-timey freelancers and one-man shows who don't want to deal with having a website, having the audience that's on LinkedIn and like a lead form and your contact information. That's who they're going to win.
Are you guys using the LinkedIn Insight tag at all?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you have that set up in Tag Manager?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's very helpful. The Insights tag is helpful. What, John, why do you ask?
No, because I mean, once you put that through Tag Manager, you certainly can get a lot of data from that. Just, I would find it, brands are going to, you know, despite all the platforms out there like a LinkedIn, Facebook, Google, ultimately the property that an advertiser or brand wants to protect and wants everything to funnel through is a website or a landing page. So I had thinking that or funneling through a CRM, but even that is always going to connect to a website.
Totally.
I would also like to know the best time of day that we get both impressions and engagement throughout the day, because I feel like it would serve everybody well to know that this is when your audience is on.
You know what? John Asperian put together a really useful spreadsheet. I can find it somewhere. And he did some calculations, so it aggregates the data.
I think you would get that through Tag Manager and send that through into Google Analytics, and you can see that data in Google Data Studio.
Wow.
So we're talking about, well, hang on. We're talking about, so John, just to make sure we're on the same page. So I'm talking about what stays on platform, not on your website. So I don't think the Insights tag would be able to get you that. It would be helpful for when they leave LinkedIn and go to your website for sure. But for the traffic engagement in here.
I understand. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Here, I'm adding it to the link. I'll put it in the chat. Here's a link to John's sheet, his worksheet. He wrote an article on it, but I just put the Dropbox link in there if you want to bring it up. But he did a calculation, and it shows by day of week and type of content. So you can kind of see, when the posts I post on Friday are getting better views. So look at the next tab, the summary tab. So go down to the bottom. Yeah. And click on that. So now he's got this. So it tells you day of week. So you can start to see, okay, there's the views, there's what's coming in. You can kind of surmise that Fridays tend to do a lot better.
Huh.
You know,
that's a lot of data. I appreciate that.
He shared this and he wrote an article about it. So it's on his feed somewhere. But he's
interesting.
Him and Bruce Johnston is another guy that I've seen that really does a good job of reverse engineering some of the content engagement. But so
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a good tool. So anyone who wants it there, John put it out. it's, I'm just sharing, John Esperian. He's, yeah.
The other thing I would love to see or find out is what's the best way to organically grow following for company pages. Because it's
Your team.
extremely challenging.
Get your team.
Yeah, it's by the employees of that company page.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's the best way that
But what
I've
if you
seen.
only have 5 employees?
You work them overtime.
Oh, you work them, but the other thing too is I do see it show up in the like, the whatever you want to call that page on LinkedIn. It's not your home page. It's one of those pages that has like people you should connect with, companies you should follow.
Yep.
So I think sometimes if you have interesting content, it may allow you the option to follow that company.
Mhm.
So what page is it? Is it my network? Could be this page. Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there you go. So I
Right
think,
there at the top.
yeah, there you go. Second row. Yeah, right there. No. Those are events. Keep going. Ow.
Events, people, similar roles, people in the metro.
I have seen that in there, and they changed
Yeah,
this up.
I know. And it just, this is another, oh, here it is. Is this companies? There you go. Follow. Whoop, go
Mhm.
down.
Trending pages in your network.
But go up above, up. Yeah, you can see all
Sorry.
these. Go up one more.
Yeah, that's an
One more group.
easy.
Go right there. Whoops. So these recommended, oh, those are newsletters.
People, newsletters.
Still like to get a darn
Groups.
newsletter. How do you get a newsletter?
I know. Someone tell me the magic way to get one.
They had
What?
to ask someone.
You really? Because it's like,
Do you ask somebody that has one? Do
I
you
don't
like,
know.
or do you just
The-
tweet LinkedIn help? Like, I need a newsletter.
I think
I
you
don't
have
know.
to be publishing articles just like the way you get,
I
the way you get
I
live.
haven't been good about publishing the articles lately.
Yeah, they need to give that away.
Right?
Yes.
Yes, Judy, I'm with you. Let's start a movement.
We want newsletters. It would be better because, I think that it comes to you, it's not obtrusive. You just get an alert and you get invited to subscribe. That would be a great way to tap into company pages if they had newsletters through company pages. There you go.
By the way, a little tip for you guys, and you guys may already all know this, but anytime you look at those, you get invited or you go to an event type deal, you can message anybody in those events
Yes.
without having to send
Yeah.
an invite. Same as groups. But the difference is if you're in those events, I don't think it's not you have to accept the message. I think you can just message them directly.
It does go into the message request box if you're not
Does it?
connected.
Okay.
It does.
Yeah. And when I start my events, when I create an event on LinkedIn, it creates a meet and greet in the email. And
Yes.
so you can join that. So, people, there's a few people in my meet and greet. There's a few people on LinkedIn.
Mhm.
I'm figuring things out with this event that I did.
So did you run advertising for your event?
No.
Okay.
No paid
Just invited
advertising.
a bunch of people, post about it. What'd you do?
Email and social media. I asked the speakers all to post and send it to their email list. I was supposed
Nice.
to choose speakers that had large email lists, but I chose
Right.
speakers based on quality. So in actuality, we only, email wise, I think we only had a reach of 10,000, which is very small for what I'm doing.
Yeah,
But I'm very happy we
It'll
had
grow.
511 people sign up.
that's
That's
great.
fantastic.
Did you create a hashtag for that?
Hashtag LinkedIn remastered.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes. Oh,
That's good. Very good.
there it is. Would I do things differently next time? Did I learn a lot? Yes. Am I proud of what I accomplished? Heck yeah.
I think it would be a great master series to have you come in and talk about what you did, how you did it, what the effect was
Oh,
to the group here.
nice.
Okay.
Very nice. Yes. What's
You don't have to
interesting? Anybody that's on Twitter, there's something called a thread, a roll up or a thread up or something. I don't know if anyone's heard of that, but
Is it a fruit roll up? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
no, it's not edible. No. It's a tool that you put in if there's a lot of chatter going on a specific tweet or a topic, they roll it up into one, concise, like what you call aggregated thing. It'd be fun if that was on LinkedIn. I guess the only way to do it right now is having a hashtag, but it'd be fun if there's a particular topic of interest that you could roll up, the conversations. It's called a roll up or a thread up or something.
Oh, I think I've heard of that.
It's a bot.
I'm not a
that
big
does it.
Twitter person.
Yeah, it's a bot that does it, and it's been interesting. If I can find one that's useful, I can share it, but I don't have one top of mind. But anyway, yeah, I don't think people consume LinkedIn with hashtags like they do on other platforms.
No.
No, but it does make it easier for you to find your stuff.
Oh yes, absolutely.
On your personal posts, LinkedIn only registers your first 3 hashtags in order.
Right.
And on corporate posts, they'll register 5.
Oh, interesting.
Oops.
So, which by the way, since we're all back into the group without screen sharing, I want to introduce you guys all to John Scott. John, wave.
Hey,
Everybody.
John.
John's in the dark. John, where are you?
Hey, John.
Where am I?
Hey, John.
He
I'm
called
in-
me this
I'm in my
morning
cave.
and got to this through our website. So welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Awesome, John. Good to see you.
Nice to meet you, Isaac.
Welcome
bud.
to the crew.
All right, let's take John off the spot. He's getting nervous.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we do this all to all the newbies. Oh boy.
I would really like to also see some better ability to have a conversation staying on, like have a sales conversation on LinkedIn without having to take it off LinkedIn, like like to just go, oh, this person wants to talk to me. Boom. Let's do it. Just stay in LinkedIn, push a button, have our video go. That'd be pretty cool. Instead of having to do like a Zoom or whatever, it'd be awesome to be able to have video, audio, calendar sync, all sort of in there. I think that'd be so fantastic. Even if you have to pay for it, like LinkedIn's not really a CRM, even SalesNav is more of a pre-CRM. So it'd be really cool if you could put all that together. I don't know if they'll ever get there, but I would really like to be able to do that.
Oh, the good
There'd be
old
so much, there'd be a lower barrier to conversion because it's just easier. So, it's not like, hey, can I send you an email with my calendar so you can grab a time and then we can do that? Is this your right email? Yes. Like those are the hoops you have to jump through now. It'd be so much better to be like, here's my meeting link, grab a time, and then we'll just boom, pull it up right from here and talk. That would be amazing.
Isaac, I thought we could do that via mobile.
You can.
Connects to your calendar.
With Zoom.
And
You
no,
can't just do.
but it connects to your calendar too. So if you go on mobile,
Judy's right.
yeah.
There's a thing where it says availability or something, right, Judy? Like if you're trying to schedule a meeting with someone on
Yeah.
LinkedIn, it
Let's,
shares.
I'm gonna send
It's not
one-
quite what Isaac is asking for, but it's
Isaac.
there.
You can sync your calendar and you can even do like
Mention
put your Zoom, like auto Zoom link in there for video, but there's no way to do natively
They took it
inside
away.
the platform.
What?
Here, I don't know if you can see it, but can you see the choices now?
It was on mobile.
Yeah, this is on iPhone. I don't know if you can see can you see this?
So you went to messaging?
I went to, I clicked on the little plus sign next to message.
Yeah. Oh, it's gone.
And, damn it. But you can do, like up here is the video thing. So if I want to set up a Zoom meeting, that's the video thing. And then there's a microphone. Oh gosh, there's a microphone on this side. So if I want to,
Right,
that's the audio one. But then the choices are attachment, photo, camera, video, GIF, and mention. And that's it. Damn, they took it away.
and I want to be able to do in platform communication that's not just a text back and forth. I think that would be very helpful.
Why do you
for
want to
sales.
keep them on LinkedIn and not move them off?
Because it's like, let's say if we're doing sales, the process is if they're interested and I want to do more than a text thread, I have to say like, how do you want to meet? Zoom, Google Meets, Microsoft, whatever. I need to send you a link to the calendar. What's your email? There's so many like blah to jump through. I
Yeah.
want to just go, yes, here's one click and we stay here. I think that'd be so much easier for everyone. And then you actually get people staying on the platform more.
You can schedule a meeting.
I send
can-
people my booking link and have them pick a time.
I mean, if you open your chat, you can you click create a video meeting.
That gives you Zoom and something
It'll
else.
give you Microsoft Teams, Zoom, or LinkedIn. If you click LinkedIn, you can do an instant meeting, or you can schedule a meeting for later.
Hang on one second.
I'm not sure what it uses. I think it probably will let you use whatever you want. Because
Are you on desktop?
You know
Yeah,
what I think it
on
was?
desktop.
You know what I
Mhm.
think maybe because a lot of people use Gmail and Microsoft and Outlook and Gmail, they play well. And so maybe that was why they had maybe an issue where Gmail said, no, Google says, we don't want you, using an API or something like that. I don't know. But
Monty, where do you see that calendar? Are you in messaging?
Here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
So it's up here. Sorry, is that okay,
Oh.
Mary? There's your GIF. Okay. So push the
Thanks.
video. If I do create, this is as Zoom. You can
oh, you click the video one.
create.
Gotcha.
I have not seen. Okay. The
You can
last
do
time I looked at
LinkedIn,
this,
I don't have
The-
LinkedIn as an option. How did you get that, Monty?
special.
I've never actually seen this before. The last time that I looked at this, only Zoom.
I
As an
have
option.
Zoom and Microsoft Teams.
So send her an instant meeting notification. Let's see what happens.
What the heck?
Oh,
There
just
you
got
go.
Are you kidding me? Oh
wait,
my gosh.
Isaac, they heard you.
They're listening. Get a GIF on that. Get a GIF on
I
that.
don't
face.
have that. I want it. Give it to me now.
Someone
Damn it.
Join
that
it.
as a GIF.
Oh, there's my alarm. I have to go put lipstick on.
Oh my
And queue up
word.
for my.
Yeah, I gotta run, guys. I got another my noon call here. Love you all. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
See
Great
ya.
to see you guys.
Isaac, Monty, this is amazing. I want it. Get it to me, please. This is not fair. Just transport it over to me. I need it.
What browser are you using?
Chrome.
Okay, I'm using Chrome. I thought it might be browser related, but
I have Zoom
Yeah.
available here as well.
I can do it.
Wait, Andres, is that you? Do you have it too?
Yes, it's showing up. I don't know. It's
Oh,
like
you-
signing into your Zoom to create a video meeting.
Okay, so do you have a Zoom account? Maybe it's piggybacking off of Zoom or something.
I have Zoom. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
I'm connecting now. No, actually
It's-
ask you to connect it with. I'm actually in the process right now connecting it.
Look at this.
Okay.
Okay, it says it's got the thread. And then this is all standard with the equals
You share your
slash.
screen, Isaac?
Am I not sharing my screen?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't know where you were looking. I saw your eyes
Oh.
and then I see your mouse.
Oh yeah, sorry. There's so many. It's like I'm in a clown house of mirrors
Wait.
right now.
Isaac.
Okay, let me do this. I'm gonna do instant meeting.
I just joined
Okay.
your instant meeting, Isaac.
Oh, sorry. Okay, hang on. Here we go. So this says this is scheduled, and this
Oh, I
is
look
instant.
tired.
So
Shit.
if which one did you do, Mary? Did you do
The one that
instant?
you sent me.
I sent you two.
Well,
There's
aren't
an
you special?
instant and a scheduled.
It says all on my end. I joined the second one.
Okay. So I'm just looking here. This is conference / and then I bet this right here, if you can see, I bet that's my instant, always going to stay the same. And then Mary's in here.
I gotta turn my lights on. I gotta get ready.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm
Okay.
I'm here, but
I'm in there. Do you
I
see?
don't see you.
So
Oh, this
you
is
can
preview.
do,
Okay, got to do join.
I joined. Cancel. There you
Yeah.
are.
Wow, that's like super awesome. And that, I mean, is except for like, again, we're still in the clown house and now it's
Like an alternate reality.
So this is all through LinkedIn. I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah, all LinkedIn.
jumping in and out. It's been a crazy morning.
okay. I don't, Mary, I think that, what does that sound?
I'm gonna leave the meeting because I have you on over here on my iPad, but that's pretty awesome.
That's really, yeah, that is awesome. I did not know.
And they don't
that you
have to
could
have
do that.
Zoom or
Anything.
Teams.
Wow.
So is that all through the messaging? Can you schedule?
Yep.
Okay. Woo.
Desktop.
That's
I don't
pretty-
think it's on mobile.
Okay, love you guys. I gotta go. So
See ya.
we're going live
See
at
ya.
9. Join the gadget show if you
Yeah, I
want
gotta
to
go
see
too.
Mike and I geek out. Mike, I'll be there in like 5 minutes. I'm not ready yet.
Okay, send me a link. I don't have a link for it, Mary.
Yeah, we sent it to you.
I'll look again. Okay.
Here, I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna
Copy it and
send
resend
it to
it, okay?
you.
I was
I'm gonna email it to you right now.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Okay, bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
So it looks like, yeah, only in the
You
normal.
can do it on mobile.
You
Same
can.
thing on mobile. Mhm.
You cannot? Hey, because I'm
Yeah.
checking here actually what permissions you're given. So it says like manage registration in the scheduling, manage content, manage participants. So it does capture a lot of things like that integration between LinkedIn and Zoom.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
That's really cool.
You can schedule a meeting for later. Oh, wow.
So you have to have Zoom and it goes through LinkedIn, or is LinkedIn own video platform?
No, that's Zoom. And you can also do Microsoft Teams.
That's wild. Oh, Liz. Liz, I see you jumping on. We're just about to wrap up. Sorry. You wanna tell the world who you are? I saw you you did the ad here this morning. All right, cool.
Isaac, I got to run. Have a great rest of your week.
See you, John.
Hey, you too, John.
guys.
See ya. Thanks for everything,
Bye.
man.
Thank you.
Well, that is pretty cool. Pretty cool.
But by the way, you can do it in iPhone.
Yes, you can.
Wow.
Yes, you can.
Mhm.
I did not know that. That's
After it's set up, you can actually do it. Oops. Oops. There you go.
that's really cool. So Liz, we were just here. I'll actually share my screen so you can see it one more time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So you can do, we're doing, would be great if we watch this. I'll go into the thread here. You can do a video meeting inside LinkedIn now. So if I go like plus new, you can choose your video. The last time that I looked, this was all that there was. And now you can do LinkedIn instant meeting. And then when you go here to join, you just stay in LinkedIn instead of having to bring everything off LinkedIn. Which that was pretty cool. Really cool.
You know, that I don't have that part of how you can do it directly on LinkedIn.
You don't have that. Oh, maybe it's
Oh, you
being
don't?
rolled out then. If you click plus and select a different provider, do you see, what do you see? Zoom and Microsoft?
It says Microsoft Teams and Zoom. No need anything else. It's off. There's nothing.
Isaac, do you have creator mode?
I do have creator mode, but it's not enabled.
It's not enabled, but you have
No.
it.
I do.
Hmm.
You know what? You know
Wonder
what
what the
disappeared?
designation-
I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those things. One of the requests was faster rollouts. maybe that's what it
Yeah.
is. Hey, you know what is kind of crazy for me? Probably like 2 months ago, I stopped seeing stories altogether on LinkedIn for myself. Like it's not on my mobile app. I can't post a story. I never really used them, so I'm not bothered, but it's nowhere. I can't do a story on my mobile app. It's all up to date. Can't do it anywhere. Is anybody else? I'm wondering if they're removing it, because I had it for months and then it went away.
Yeah, I don't do that
Anybody?
lately.
if you're on your mobile app, do you see the ability to do a story? It used to be like you do plus.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then- So if I do start a post, I can only do. There's no stories anywhere.
It's actually, you cannot even see stories anymore.
I can't see stories. They're not on my phone. I can't
You're right.
post one.
Stories are gone. That shows you how little they were actually used.
Yeah. Well, I saw
Nobody cares.
I saw someone do like a poll about it and just to get feedback, and some people still had it. And I was like, you know what? I haven't seen that in a while. So I
Yeah,
pulled up my
they're
phone and I
gone.
was like, they're gone.
Yep.
Must be coming and going. It's my guess, but I'm for sure.
Remember they're doing that kind of thing, like they remove a feature and then they see if people miss it and then they bring it back.
Oh, they have done that quite a bit in the past, actually.
Yeah.
I've also noticed that they are adding things like this video chat thing and making no announcements at all. It's just like Easter eggs.
On my mobile, I refreshed a couple of times and then I started scrolling, and then eventually the stories came up.
Really?
Yeah, so I refreshed a couple of times and then I just started scrolling through the feed, and then eventually the stories came up.
Okay, let me just see here. If I go to Monte and I go and I put the instant meeting link there, something went wrong. I was wondering, what if you could do like on a profile? What if you could go like this and then add the conference, or I don't know. No.
All right, guys, I need to run.
All right, we're
It's
getting
good
up
to-
on the hour anyways.
Yep.
Good to see you.
Take care,
Great
guys.
session.
All
Good
right.
to see you.
So everybody, there is the Dropbox resource that Judy shared, which I think is very helpful in the chat. If you want to grab that before you go. And then, yeah, we'll see y'all next week. John, Liz, it's good to have you on for the first time.
Okay, I'll be back next week. Thank you.
All right, you take care.
Okay, thank you so much.
Isaac.